Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Vyrus Cup Qualifier number 3. Kirk, doobsnax, Dubé along Josh, Zoinks, Hiebert. And we've got a little action for you here. Pipchamps squaring off against WinTakers. And a little bit of history from this tournament so far. They faced off in the semifinals. WinTakers sending Pipchamps to the losers bracket, Josh. Pipchamps fighting their way through the losers bracket, back into the grand finals, reset the bracket, and now we have a final best of 3 to determine our champion here today.
Yeah, really Pipchamps saying, no, not an underdog story today. We're the top team. We want to stay on top. And they're putting themselves right back in position to take that crown and keep it.
Worth noting, when they got sent to the losers bracket, it was part of the best of 1 phase of this tournament, that semifinals, with the best of 3 only coming to the finals. So with that bracket reset, we have a best of 3 looming in front of us. Like I said, Pipchamps versus WinTakers, and we're watching from the point of view of Snowpoints, the Eldegoss for Pipchamps. Now, Pipchamps has seen a lot of his success lately, along with other teams such as TTV, formerly known as Love D's, and some legends that of the Pokemon Unite history tournament so far that you're going to recognize those names as we get started.
That's true. WinTakers not short of their own names too, though. I mean, we got Presto, Vandermoro. Both of these players are really well-rounded, like attacker players. I think the damage players coming out of this WinTakers team is going to be a pretty big threat to Pipchamps. I'm excited to see how it plays out in the actual game.
Absolutely, and we are off. That is 10 minutes on the clock. Bang, Snowpoints going downstairs, and we see Chris Heroes and Bruv following suit. Bruv bouncing between Snorlax and Mr. Mime. It's been a fun experience to watch them make the choices based on the opponents that they're facing. Snowpoints blowing past everything and going to challenge the Audino in the top.
That's true. This triple bot lane has really been meta-defining these past few weeks, and Pipchamps being one of the teams that has solidified the stay that it's taken in this metagame. Real masters of the 1-1-3 position. Bruv being one of the best, I think, Wigglytuff players we had in the scene, but now picking up that Mime without a second notice. He is an incredible tank player and showing that Mr. Mime can be the main tank role in Unite.
Absolutely. A little bit of jockeying for position as we see in that bottom lane, but I really want to point out that's 3 unique Pokemon we see on the other side of that bottom lane. Cramorant, we see the Swinub there, and of course Gossifleur to be Eldegoss later. But talk to me a little bit about those other 2 Pokemon that they've brought to the bottom lane.
All right, so we have Mammal, so we have Sylveon, Sylveon, Mr. Mime, and Eldegoss on one side, and we have the Mamoswine, Cramorant, and Eldegoss on the other side. We have Pipchamps' team securing last hits is their absolute focus right now. They have a lot of high damage and blocking ability, whereas we have WinTakers' team favoring that CC. Mamoswine putting out an incredible amount of CC, even at the lower levels as he's leveling. And then we have Cramorant, who we've seen from the beginning of this game be a CC master with that Hurricane and Surf move combo.
We see everybody on Pipchamps kind of level 4. That's key for that Sylveon, and of course that Eldegoss and Mr. Mime not going to evolve, but getting up in levels to make sure they get that confusion and barrier combination going as early as humanly possible, because that can be a deadly combination in and of itself. And they're really just kind of bubbling them into their own goal zone here. Jima not hasn't evolved yet, and neither has their Gossifleur, and a little bit of under leveling there with just Cramorant not waiting on an evolution but still behind in levels a little bit. And we see the wall starting to pop up as we have 750 on the clock, and we are waiting for the next round of Bees and Dreadnought, of course.
That's true, and we just saw Gosu secure a KO in the top lane up there. Sanji be one of the best Lucario players we have in the Western scene, and Gosu right there with a top Cinderace player. That damage duo in the top lane is going to be crazy. We only got 30 more seconds to Dreadnought, though, so let's see how they posture up.
Cramorant goes down. Presto's getting chased. Presto's getting bullied, and Presto goes down as well. That's the jungler there for WinTakers. And now they're all over the go zone. Get a bunch of points in. The Bees are here. We have 7:15 on the clock. That's 15 seconds away from Dreadnought. And that's a couple key KOs that's going to let them push a little bit of that experience advantage. Benny and Vandermoro coming in. Jima not far behind, but that's still a Swinub right there. And that's not imposing to this Pipchamps team that's ready for this Dreadnought, and it's here.
Yeah, not at all. Pipchamps is taking so much space. They are fine setting up a defensive perimeter, and look how easy that last hit KO is for Sanji. No one on WinTakers able to contest, and this is going to be an easy bottom base take with a couple of dunks here going in favor of Pipchamps.
That was a Big time Unite move we saw across the screen to take a KO on the opposing Zero Aura there, and Snowpoints just happy with rolling up top and leaving WinTakers to kind of loiter around in their own goal zone, saying we don't have much more work downstairs. We're going to let our Lucario Sanji hang out and do the work that they do, along with Chris, as this Snowpoints Eldegoss is feeling very comfortable going to the opposing jungle and seeing what kind of damage they can do there, and they get trapped immediately, perhaps punished by Jima and Edsu, as they got a little too excited. Vandermoro there to try and cut them off, and they might make it out of here. Edetsu pursuing, but Chris is there, and they might be able to pick up the KO on Zero Aura and trap them. And there's Sanji and Chris coming in, and they take the KO, and Snowpoints stay up. That's the longest bait of all time.
Snowpoints TV looking like an absolute treat out there for WinTakers, but little did they know that treat led right to the trap that Pipchamps had set up. Oh my word, what an unbelievable take for them, and they easily secure bottom Bs. Man, everything is coming up Pipchamps in the early minutes of this game.
Good night. Talk about dangling the carrot for just long enough. That was a heck of a play there. And not only that, that took Zero Aura off of what they were actually trying to do, which was go up to Rotom. They just started following Snowpoints just because now it's a free Eldegoss hanging out that maybe ventured too far. Eldegoss knew exactly what they were doing. Finally, we Dojima out of the Swinub stage of their evolution line, but however, just still hanging out in the goal zone. And Benny 10 is having a lot of work put on them because they are having trouble keeping these people up because they are taking damage in a violent fashion here in the bottom lane. And Pipchamps is kind of in full control.
A huge overdunk on that bottom tower, too. I know I said it earlier, it was going to be an easy take for them on that bottom base, but it seems that Pipchamps favored getting a much higher overdunk than just taking the easy take. I mean, getting that first tower after that is huge, and I mean, already securing second Dreadnought, it's already at half HP, and Snowpoints has used the Unite move.
That Snowpoints coming down with the Unite move, that Cotton Slam coming in, and they are able to get it with Sanji cleaning up the Dreadnought here, and now it's just pressure over. Vandermoro is down, 1 HP left, they go down, and Edetsu went down. They got chased by Bruv, and Bruv was happy using their Unite move as soon as the Zero Aura came across the board, and they're just flipping thumbs up to each other all across the board. They've got to feel comfortable and in control here, and Snowpoints seeing if they can do a little bait again and drag them across the map here, and I don't think they'll fall for it twice, not this time, Snowpoints, but I like your gusto.
Fool me once, something, nothing. Fool me twice. You got Snowpoints, I think. So yeah. Oh, Snowpoints going for that secure on the Bouffalon, does not take it, but it was an impressive effort. This time they brought 3 to shut down Snowpoints, and that's what it takes, I suppose. But that gives free Rotom coverage to Chris Heroes and Gosu to be able to take that up there. Chris playing a new character in Sylveon, just added to the game, but not making it look like they are uncomfortable in the slightest. That character hits hard, and Chris is able to aim those hits very well.
Chris Hero's been doing great and doing a lot of great at the bottom work to the start of the game. Now it's Sanji versus Edetsu, and Snowpoint's just trying to get into the mix and maybe pick up Sanji a little bit, give them a little bit of faith. Like, you don't have to go down just yet, buddy. Jima came in to maybe push out a little bit and realize that maybe there's just too much action going on here and not worth going down. Snowpoint's happy farming here as finally Jima's a Mamoswine, finally having access to some of their more high octane moves here. And Jima is getting bubbled out. Chris Heroes is chasing down Presto, going to see if they can get a KO. They do. Vandermore Gosu is on the verge of going down, but Presto goes down first. Gosu stands up. Snowpoint's not able to pick him up. Benny comes in. Chris Hero's going to try and clean up Benny. Benny makes it out, and Sanji's on the chase. Sanji's taking him down, and we just have our Snowpoints heading back to base as they chase down the opposing Eldegoss Benny and didn't quite get the KO on them, but certainly sent them scrambling. And now it's a mad rush for Dreadnought number 3.
All right, this is the most coin flip Dreadnought we've had yet in the game. Right now, WinTakers have the posturing, but everyone is at around half HP. Snowpoint's doing his best effort to try to alleviate that, but this Dreadnought is coming up already so far down. Presto doing his best to try to secure this kill.
Oh, Snowpoint's trying to come up with that snipe leaf tornado. Presto able to bully them out a little bit. They just barely missed it. They tried to time it right, and you saw it there. And that bottom goal zone is going to be shattered out of existence here by WinTakers. And it's about time, I'd like to think. They've kind of been bullied all over the bottom lane, and they're trying to impose a little bit of the will of their own. As we have 2 minutes and 4 seconds left on the clock, Zapdos on the horizon, and that's going to be what it comes down to here, as all of Pipchamps is coming up to pressure from the top lane. They have a huge lead, and they're going to try to play some defense and hold on to it.
Pipchamps seeing that huge lead lets them know that they are over 100 points in the lead, letting them know that, hey, we cannot let a 50-point overdunk happen, but if we get a couple dunks ourselves, this game is extremely winnable. An easy run to the success victory road, if you will. But all right, Chris Heroes and Snowpoints chasing down Adetsu, but that high-speed Zeraora allows him to just hit and run as much as possible.
Vandermoor using their Unite move in the top of the screen there as they're trying to get some jockeys position back into the mix. Snowpoints did use their Unite move to save Chris Heroes from Adetsu. And Presto goes down, and that's a key component here of the damage output on WinTakers. Now they're chasing down Benny 10. Chris Heroes with Snowpoints in tow, and Adetsu is in there, but Chris Hero gets kind of pinned. And now Snowpoints and Gosu work on Zapdos, and they clutch it out before Adetsu and Benny can get into the mix. Just enough time taken. Jima trying to make a difference onto Gosu, but Gosu with Leaf Tornado is going to try and work around him. I think they're going to have an easy time getting in this 72 points. Nailed it. And here we go. Gosu's racing down from the top. They've got 50 points, but they get taken out before they can score. They still had that big lead, and Snowpoints slowly chipping in some more points as we have 43 seconds left on the clock. They are down, but certainly not out. There's some interesting back cap plays here that WinTakers can do. Snowpoints on the chase by Presto. Presto can't be too happy that this Eldegoss is giving them so much trouble, and they're going to try and pick up a KO for their troubles. Vandermoor coming in, looking for help, and Snowpoint's just kiting them all over the bottom, keeping them from what they want to be doing, which is scoring points.
Yeah, Snowpoints has taken up the mantle of ultimate distraction in this game, playing out like Hinata, but Gosu, I think, is the real MVP. Says, Snowpoints, you do your thing. I'm going to sit here and press the B button on the Zapdos. And wow, did it work. It was able to essentially solo the final boss Pokemon. Right now, we got a couple of extra dunks from WinTakers, but I don't know. Oh, a 50 bomb from Venusaur. Let's see if it's enough.
That was right at the wire. I don't know if they got enough in. And, you think that point disparity would be a little bit more given how the texture of that game went. It kind of seemed to be sliding all into the direction of Pipchamps. And even though they did take Zapdos at the end, they had 3 players down when they did. Gosu goes down before they can get their points in. Credit to Snowpoints for getting their 72 and then a 14 real quick to kind of pad that a little bit. And then kite out maybe just long enough so Presto and Vandermoor couldn't get their points in time. In conjunction with some of their other teammates to be there in support. And what do you know? Pipchamps takes game 1, and they need to win one more to take this tournament down despite fighting into the grand finals from the losers bracket.
It's true, and you gotta think, after securing that final Dreadnought before the Zapdos fights, WinTakers took all of their points and scored on that bottom goal zone. But there was only, maybe 6-7 seconds left on the clock when that happened. All of those points could have been doubled if just given a little more patience. I mean, you could say maybe they wouldn't have gone in. Pipchamps could have come and defended that last goal zone. But I honestly would have rather them early posture for Zapdos with those shields in place on their health totals than run and mad rush and dunk on that tower. I would have way rather a more elaborate long setup on Zapdos. But hey, they still took down 3 Pipchamps. They played that final fight textbook. But as soon as they turned to take on that final boss Pokemon, it was gone. Gosu stole it, and he ran. And I mean, all credit to that Cinderace. That damage is nothing to joke about.
You have to give credit to kind of the smoke and mirrors game plan that Snowpoints and Chris Hero played in that final Zapdos fight. They kind of kited Adetsu and Benny 10 away from the Zapdos, as you mentioned, letting Gosu kind of chip away, keep working. And by the time Adetsu and Benny 10 tried to come back and turn the corner, Zapdos disappeared in the blink of an eye, and there was a rat race for Gosu and Snowpoints to try and get their points in, and that ended up being the difference. Game 1 in the bag. Pipchamps up a game, and here we are in the grand finals. If they win the next one, they take it down, but they got to go through WinTakers first, who's not going to go away silently here.
And this was an important game to keep the momentum, too. Coming in from losers bracket, Pipchamps already had to reset this bracket. That just means it's an even playing field. It was a perfect opportunity for WinTakers to really make them question their game plan, make them question how well they're playing this tournament. But no, Pipchamps secures it. They know their ability, and they proved it in game 1. I'm really excited to see if they can prove it again in game 2.
Absolutely. Kirk, doobsnax, Dubé, Josh, Zoinks, Hiebert will be back with game 2 action here shortly.